Hi again. It's been a long time. It's been 2 months at least. Um, thanks for staying. Thanks for staying subscribers. If you're still subscribers, I I guess I've been kind of lazy. I'm human. I have feelings and doubts and insecurities, and I also have a life. I'm trying to work. I am working and trying to do well and stay employed and getting overtime. And I think for 9 months of last year, I thought that I could get a website going and get a lot done. And I did get a lot done. A lot done on my story. So yeah, I haven't gone away. And I guess that's unfortunate for some of you that wish I could go away. I have not checked the comments in 3 or 4 months. So I don't know. Maybe I should get in the light more. So I guess I'm at fault for not checking to see if there's people wanting to help me. If there's someone out there that's saying, I have a solution. But having said that, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I'd say pretty sure. I do get emails from YouTube that say that someone's commented and that there's been some activity. And yesterday, I think I did get an email from YouTube saying that yesterday or the day before yesterday, somebody there's been some activity on my YouTube videos, and I believe one of the videos was day 1763, and I believe that was my last video. So I get emails from YouTube when there's an activity, and there hasn't been that much activity that I can tell just by the emails that I get. I get these emails on my phone. I have a smartphone, and that's what I'm recording on right now is a smartphone. It's an Android phone, and so there hasn't been that much activity. That's part of the reason why I haven't been really motivated to get involved with my channel. There is also a general fear of what the comments might say concerning my story, concerning me, and I think a part of me wants to is afraid of hearing those comments. Not that there's any validity in those comments, but that hearing those comments might make me feel like I have to respond, or might make me feel bad. So I guess there's this possible fear that is the reason why I'm not what's the word? Being involved, participating in my channel. It is a participation at this point. I've asked for comments, and The idea was for me to respond to the comments and have a dialogue. So, in all fairness, though, that's been ongoing for a few years, and there hasn't been many constructive comments, at least for the time that I checked. I have not checked. Again, I have not checked in the last 3 months. So, I'm making this video because I couldn't go to sleep. I think I've already said in the past that sometimes it's hard to do these videos when my credibility is being attacked, and I wonder sometimes if some of the things that I choose to say or choose to divulge to the viewers out there, that those things may seem unbelievable and would further degrade my credibility. And I believe I already said that credibility is not whether you're being truthful or not, it's whether you're being seen as being truthful. And I think that's an important thing to be concerned about, and I'm not going to shy away from that issue. And I most certainly am telling the truth. I'm dealing with the issue of credibility because I believe that's how people from the I want to say the Middle East, but Eastern, I guess Asia, people from Asian countries like Thailand, view the truth is through credibility. There has to be a high degree of credibility for them to believe the truth. I don't know how I know that. I just believe that. I haven't quite heard it put that way, but I certainly believe that. I guess based on their culture, and I don't have any concrete examples, but I'll just leave it at that. It has to be credible, so at the same time, if something is discredited, they cannot believe in it. So I think that might be a further motivation, if you will, for some people in the Asian communities, Thailand included, to want to discredit somebody before actually dealing with facts and the truth. So that would explain why Dr. Suporn, for example, is, to my knowledge, he has my email address, my phone number. He could have, he has not contacted me since I've made these videos. I got one email saying they're going to sue me, take legal action, and this was a number of years ago, so it's been at least 2 years, possibly 3, and maybe 4.5 years when the last time I went to Thailand, and on a second follow-up asking him for his help. So at least shortly after that was when Sophie emailed me to say that I better watch what I say. So where was I at? Why am I making this channel? I guess that's part of the thing I wanted to say, because obviously I'm not being consistent with my timing, with my participation is on the channel. So I have to go back to what is it we're talking about. I haven't read the comments. I'm sorry about that, but it is my channel. It is my story, and it is my dilemma that I'm going through. That is ongoing, and it's painful, and have to deal with the daily complications of it. So I think you guys out there, my viewers, thank you for viewing, would have to take that in consideration. That maybe I get busy. I am a drummer, and I'm trying to keep that up and nurture it, even though it would seem counterintuitive with my current health condition that I would be seeking. It would seem that I would be seeking health care or some health remedy for it. I don't know what the answer to that is right now. I don't have an answer for you for that. I believe I alluded to, again, credibility and trying to show the viewers that I have a side of me that's more human than just an engineer or just a transgender person, and that was the motivation for that. So that's in another video. I'm not going to go through that again. But why am I making this? Why am I telling my story? Why does this channel exist? And trying to find the answer to that. I believe I've said that Dr. Souporn, I have asked the viewers to give me feedback on what they thought of the evidence I put forward, and I guess I'm kind of waiting on that. I haven't read any comments in the last 3 months. The evidence has been there for 8 to 9 months, so for about 6 months I was waiting for something, and I think maybe I'm getting off here. I don't really recall. It's late at night. I just woke up out of a sleep to make a video. It's definitely, it has to be 6 months. It could have been a year. So forgive me if my memory's failing me on that one. But yeah, so why am I making these videos? I think the story is important to tell. I think that it's important to tell for people that are going to Thailand for surgery, regardless if they're going to Dr. Souporn or they're going to another Thai doctor. I think it's important to tell because there could be other people out there that are like me, that are outspoken about their feelings and could come off as disrespectful to other transgender people or Asian people. I'm telling this story, my story. I believe my story needs to be told because of that, and because the pain that I've gone through, and the fact that Dr. Souporn hasn't acknowledged any of this stuff, and he's behaving in a way as if he's doesn't need to acknowledge it, and thinks possibly, I don't know for sure, that he can get away with what he's done to me without anyone knowing. And you'd have to look at the other videos to understand that statement. But basically, a tissue preservative shows no what was the word? Not deterioration, but infection and no necrosis. And I've already said before that necrosis is more than just tissue death. It's the visual signs of tissue death. And that's the term that doctors use for normal necrosis that they see every day. It's not a normal thing for a doctor to see necrosis by or tissue death by formaldehyde or tissue preservative exposure to tissue preservative. It's not a normal thing that they see. And I'm not a doctor. I'm just going by the number of stories out there that you can research on of patients being exposed purposely or accidentally to formaldehyde or formalin. I believe the majority of the cases are formalin, which is a particular type of tissue preservative. It's formaldehyde that's, I think they call it buffered when they reduce the strength of the actual tissue preservative. So full strength formaldehyde, actually full strength formalin injected into tissue, I believe would cause more acute effects, more visual signs of inflammation than what I'm experiencing. I believe I've also said that formalin is water soluble, meaning that it's going to be absorbed into the human body faster because the human body is water based versus a oil based formaldehyde solution. So formalin is a word for formaldehyde that's buffered in a water soluble solution. I believe I know it's water soluble. The correctness of that full term may be 5 or 10% off, but I believe that's the right way to say that. So we're already getting off track, I think. My name is Stephanie Grow. I'm a transgender person. I was born male. I had a sex change in 2009. I transitioned in 2000, from 2001 to 2005. I took hormones and went full time. And from 2005 to 2009, I lived and worked full time as a woman, and had all my legal paperwork changed. I had an orchiectomy in 2003, and I used that letter in 2005 to change my birth certificate, to get it amended. So I had my birth certificate changed before I had my sex change. So that's a topic in and of itself. Some people would have a problem with that, and some people out there might want to make a big deal out of that. But I needed the birth certificate to get through life, to be treated equally as and to be treated with respect. If I went out of the country, I needed a way to get back in without getting bothered. So birth certificate allowed me to get a passport. Passport allowed me to get a way back into the country if I went out of the country, like a trip to Canada once, a trip to Tijuana a couple of times. How did we get off track? What were we talking about? Why make this channel? Because I wasn't getting any help from anybody. I tried to get help from my family. I slept in my car outside their houses, and they basically. I'm sorry if you're watching, brothers and sisters, but I slept in my car in the same town, and was told that if I didn't leave by one of my siblings, that he was going to come after me. So I was threatened to leave, and I left because I didn't think that I was going to get help. Anyways, it's a long story. I wasn't getting help, and after a few years of that, trying to get help from doctors, trying to get help from the online community, trying to get friends to help me, I eventually determined that there wasn't anyone that wanted to acknowledge that a transgender person could get hurt, or that a doctor was capable of hurting a transgender person, or even that a doctor was capable of injecting formaldehyde into a patient. And maybe even the fact that a transgender person was asking their friend or their sibling or whoever they are to help save their predicament, help save their sex organs, if you will. At some point I was convinced that if I got help soon enough, I wouldn't lose my groin. I didn't even know the groin was possible until much later. Right now I currently believe the groin is entirely toxic, and embalmed, and hurting me the longer it stays attached to me. So all of that had to happen before I realized that these people were going to let me die, or what have you, and not want to be associated with my story whatsoever, or helping me get through this in any way possible. I realized I needed to do everything I could to tell my story and put forth the evidence to prove beyond a doubt what had happened to me, that I wasn't crazy, that I was being treated unfairly. And so that's what this channel is about. If you don't want to hear the truth, then you don't have to listen to the channel. But I'm asking you not to necessarily hold my channel up as the truth. I'm asking you to spread the word and let other people decide. I'm not trying to shove it down anyone's throat, but I was on Thai Visa. Thai Visa is I think it's Thai Visa Forums or something, and it's a website I guess started by what they call expats, and I'm not sure what that means. I think it means foreigners, but started by tourists, I guess, in Thailand that are trying to get their visa and all the troubles they have to go through. And then there's different areas of the website where you can talk about other stuff. And so I started talking about my problem and asking about Thai lawyers, and someone asked me about why I needed to see a lawyer, and I started getting into my problem, and they started doubting my issues, and then they started being kind of coarse with me and wanting to know, we got any pictures, and so I pointed them to my YouTube channel, and when they I guess when they saw the evidence that I put forward, they quickly stopped my account, stopped me from posting any more messages. I couldn't respond to any of the posters there. I think they even deleted my thread, and the message from the admin was that I was trying to promote my channel, when in fact I was simply trying to defend my statements, and the other posters were asking me where the evidence was. They were demanding that I show them the evidence, and I went away for a year before I actually showed them the evidence. I forgot about the channel, got busy, and someone had outed me on the channel, saying that they even mentioned the Dr. Sue porn before I did, and that stood there for a whole year, and then they wanted to cancel my account and my posting privileges because I was putting forth evidence, and it was on my own channel. So because they said I was trying to promote my channel, at the same time letting this person's comments sit there that was talking about Dr. Sue porn. So and asking me for evidence. So I completely I didn't let it get to me. I thought it was, it was what it was, that the people in some of these online forums are not letting the bad stories get out. They're controlling what gets out. And I don't know who runs these forums. It could be anybody. It could be the government. I know that the internet is more controlled in Asia than it is elsewhere, at least in the U.S. So that's just an example of what I've had to go through, and one of the reasons why my channel exists. So my question to you: am I doing the right thing with this channel? Do you think this channel needs to exist? And having asked that, I'm going to have to give you my word that I'm going to look at your comments and try to get back to you. Again, I've started a new job about 3 months ago, and getting a lot of work, and very heavy work, and I think I'm holding my own, but it's taking a toll on me, and I spent a lot of time in the last month and a half trying to build a practice space for my drums, and that's taken a lot of my time. And I'm starting to see doctors now again. I got medical benefits, and seeing the dentist, seeing the doctor, and trying to fit that into work is very time consuming. So I know that kind of doesn't sound very legit, but there's also that fear of what are the viewers going to say, and um, you know, I wish I could say I read all the comments and I'm up to par on everything, and I know what's going on with you guys, but I haven't, and I don't have a very good reason. At least I don't feel I do. I can't explain why someone that's suffering as I am is not. I know I'm kind of pausing here because this is a first take, and I don't like to do second takes. I don't want to go over 10 minutes either, and I know we're hitting 20 minutes probably. Do you think the channel should exist? This is a dialogue, so I guess I'm now allowed to ask questions and be more responsible with the channel. I think the channel deserves to be able to ask questions. I'm the channel, so I mean, the channel is a channel of communication, but it is my web space, and to be real, I have questions that I have, and I believe that the general topic needs to be even with, you know, questions you have and questions I have. So I was just thinking, you know, about me not posting a video in 3 months and feeling bad about that, and feeling bad about what it's done to my credibility, and how do I come back to the channel and participate again. And I have to say, does the channel need to exist? And if it does need to exist, then there lies the answer, that finding a way to come back and participate in something that has to be participated in can be difficult. I'm without words, very many words tonight to express myself. But if the channel needs to exist, if the channel needs to exist, and and we're not making progress, then why is that? Is that my fault? Is it all my fault? Or is it part of the responsibility of the viewer as well to make it happen? We're trying to seek the truth. We're trying to tell a story, and I guess I'm largely most of the participant here. I'm talking into a camera, and there's no one that's asking me questions in real time, so it becomes kind of difficult to formulate thoughts and words. So I think it's fair to say that there can be a little bit of apprehension in communicating this way on my part, and considering the nature of my dilemma, the area that it's affected me, in my groin. I need some water. How it's affected my life. How I'm afraid of people in my immediate life finding out about the channel, finding out what's happened to me. Afraid of the transgender community, finding out where I live, finding out where I work. I'm afraid of someone trying to hurt me. I've had some people say some really mean things to me. So, yeah, I think that's it for this edition. And I'm sorry again that I have not been consistent with my participation on the channel. My name is Stephanie Grow. I went to Dr. Suporn Watanya Sako in 2009. This is July 2004. It's 5 years. 10% of my life has been spent with what I would call an embalmed groin. Yeah, so I'm in a spot now. I've been working 3 months, and I'm going to possibly be making regular videos, and it is easier to do with my phone because I always have it with me. Okay, I'm not going to say any more because it's just going to get more dragged on. So thanks, viewers, for watching, and I'm sorry for the long video. Take care. Bye.